Hello and welcome back to this channel Comic Books. Today, we will be doing a recap of a Marvel Universe visual novel called Star Wars: The High Republic, The Blade Chapter 1. The chapter begins in the time of the High Republic, which is a century and a half before the fall of the Starlight Beacon. We see Porter, who is focusing and saying that he is not alone. The Force is always with him, and he is never alone. After saying this, he quickly grabs two knives and says that because of the Force, he is strong and fast and that there is nothing that he can't do. He says this while cooking and adding ingredients to the food. After the food was prepared, he says there was absolutely nothing that he can't achieve after using the Force. After that, he pours the stew for everyone and says that he hopes everyone likes his cooking. A man says to Porter that it was a free lunch, so everyone was going to like it. He appreciates Porter for making them lunch, but he asks him why was he doing this for them. They are strangers, and is there any specific reason for this? Porter says he saw some ingredients in the market of the town that he never saw before, so he just wanted to give it a go. But another reason was that he likes to cook. Just then a man who just put a spoon of stew in his mouth spits it out and complains that it was disgusting. Porter says to the man that he said likes to cook, but that doesn't mean he is good at it. He is still improving. Barash says to Porter that there was some trouble going on outside. Porter thanks the man and says because of him he got an opportunity to improve his cooking. The man tells Porter to take this away from him. Porter picks up some cards from a table, and the people sitting at that table tell him that they were still playing and they need those cards. Porter says to them that he was going to bring them back soon. Meanwhile, two groups were fighting over resources, and Dreg says to Raylan that he should hand over the satchel. But Raylan says that's not going to happen because he has the rightful claim of it. Porter walks towards them, and Dreg says that Raylan stole it and that it was stolen property, but Raylan says that they have already told them that they didn't steal it. Dreg takes out his blaster and points it at Raylan and says that this was the last that he was going to say to him to return that satchel. Raylan says if Dreg doesn't put his blaster back, he will surely get what's his, and he can guarantee that. But Porter stops them and says that it was looking very interesting and asks what was going on. Alan's man asks Porter who was he. Was he from the law? Porter answers that he was just a normal concerned citizen. Dreg says that Porter was a Jedi, and they can easily know this after looking at the floating cards. Dreg's companion says she doesn't think so, because what would a Jedi be doing in a place like this? Porter says that he is a Jedi, and his name is Porter Ingle. He was here with his sister, and her name is Barash. They came to this place to see the wonder of the Bone World, and it seemed like an interesting place, and they were just planning to leave this place. But then Baraz noticed all of this, and so he asks them again what was going on. Dreg says to Porter that it was none of his business, and calls Porter a wizard. Porter says that he was not a wizard. He leaves all that stuff to his sister, and he was something else. And this was his business because all the Jedi love life, and they do whatever they can to protect it. And this situation was looking like someone might die, maybe even more than one person. But maybe there is a way to solve all of this without killing each other. Roland asks Porter what was he doing with the cards. They were troubling Roland's head. Porter says that he will know later. Dreg says to Porter that he sees the sack that Roland has. It was full of ambercrystal, which is the only reason why everyone comes to this planet. To find it, one has to dig deep and then get one hand on it. It is a very valuable resource. Roland and his friend Argo came over to their claim and dug out a sack full of ambercrystal. That belongs to us. Roland says that's a lie. They only came to this place because they were lost and they found these ambercrystal on Unseen Plains. And Dreg and his companion know that they are just trying to steal their ambercrystal. Dreg's companion in anger says to Roland that her man is not a liar, and calls Roland a dirty thief. She takes out her blaster, but Argo tells her to don't shoot. Barash says to Porter that Roland was telling the truth. Porter stops them and says that he already told them there was no killing going to happen today. Dreg points his blaster towards Porter and says that what was he going to do about it? He didn't have any lightsaber with him, and that it was a mistake, that he tried to stop them. As Dreg and his companion shoots at Porter, Porter at once takes out a lightsaber from his backpack and easily deflects the laser beams. After seeing this, Dreg's party gets scared and Porter tells them to throw away their blasters and run. They do as he tells them and runs away. Roland thanks Porter, and Porter says that he was just trying to keep everyone alive. He tells them that they should sell their ambercrystal and they should leave this place. Barash was going to leave this planet soon, but he has a feeling that Dreg and his companion will be back. Roland says that he will do so. Then Porter thanks Barash for helping him, and Barash says that it was nothing, but they should find themselves a transport so that they can leave this planet. She has already seen enough dead things to last a lifetime. 25 years ago in the Coruscant Jedi Temple, an instructor was saying to kids that it was a new day, and with a new day comes a new way. He says to the kids that they have to come to a new class, which means that they don't know much about each other. And it was not something sad, but it was a good opportunity. Every Jedi and Jedi student is different from another, and learning about each other is a wonderful way of bringing everyone close to each other. Then he says that today they will begin their class of ancestral weapons of Jedi symbol of order, and one of the most useful tools. Other than Force obviously, they were going to learn about the lightsaber. All the kids get excited after seeing the lightsabers, and they start practicing using them by sparring against each other. Young Porter sees a girl standing alone and goes to talk to her. He asks if doesn't she like lightsabers. The girl says that they were okay. Porter says that he thinks that they are astral. Porter says to the girl that she shouldn't get sad. He knows that saying goodbye to her old friends is tough, but this was a chance to make new friends. The girl says that she doesn't need friends. Porter says that friends are great. They will run with you, play with you, and help you in your hard time. Everyone needs a friend. The girl says that not her. She already told him that she doesn't need friends. Porter says that maybe she just needs to try and that he will be her friend, and then she can see whether she likes having a friend or not. He says that his name was Porter Engel and asks for her name. The girl says that her name is Barash Sylvain. Then she shakes his hand and says that she will try it. Back in the present, Barash asks Porter what was he talking about, and Porter says that it was nothing. Barash says to Porter that he knows that she won't be here forever, and says he is a Krukian. They live for hundreds of years, but she is a cage, and they don't live that long. Porter says to her that she will figure out something because she will miss him way too much. Barash says to Porter that he is ridiculous, but Porter says that he was fantastic. Soon they reach the office of Frontier, and after getting off the plane they go to find jobs for themselves. After coming over to the petition desk, they are told that there are a total of 201 petitions available at the moment. Porter says that this will keep them busy for a long time, and Barash says that they don't have to do all of them. Then Porter chooses one. The robot tells them that for this petition they have to go to a certain planet. The residents of that planet have requested help for a Jedi because their rival faction has launched an attack on them. Porter says to Barash that they don't have a plane to go out in space, and because of that it's better that she chose another petition, a local petition. Otherwise, they will have to find another way. Soon a man comes there and says that he overheard them. He and his crew were going on the same path, and they would be happy to help them. Barash says to Porter that it looks like the path found them. On the ship everyone greets them, and a man introduces himself to Porter and says that his name was Sally Oof. Then he introduces his teammate by saying that his name is Grint Rupar, and he is a medic. Porter says that it was nice to meet them and his name was Porter Engel. Halloween hears this and says that he was Porter Engel. Porter says yes, why? Barash then says that he knows why. Halloween asks for a spar with Porter, and here he tells Porter it was an honor to fight against him during the fight. Halloween says to Porter that his reputation precedes him, but Halloween himself was best in his class during his time in Jedi Temple. Porter says that he was middle average in his class, but he has improved a lot. Porter easily defeats Halloween, and Sal comes there and tells Porter and Barash that they were about to reach their destination soon. Sal tells them to be careful. Porter says to him that although Gansever was in the middle of nowhere, it was still a civilized world. They will do their work, and when Halloween and his crew come back they can pick them up on the way. Barash says that they are Jedi Knights, and they are trained for all of this. How bad can the situation be? It will be okay. And that's all for today, guys. Stay tuned to get more new videos. Stay safe, and keep watching.